Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jack Hyland, co-chair of Teachers College Board of Trustees.
As co-chair of the Board of Trustees of Teachers College, I have the honor of officially opening today's ceremony. On behalf of the entire community of Teachers College, I welcome you to the 2015 Master's Convocation. Yes! It is now my very great pleasure to introduce the President of Teachers College, Susan Fuhrman.
Good morning, and welcome to the most joyous occasion on the calendar of Teachers College, when we honor the talented, energetic, and dedicated women and men who are ready to lead the charge into the future. Congratulations, graduates, you made it. Congratulations as well to those who helped you make it to this day, our outstanding faculty and dedicated staff. And of course, congratulations to your families and partners. Graduates, please join me in thanking them for their indispensable support. We're all so proud of you today. It's a wonderful day in so many ways, a day for you to reflect on what you've accomplished here at TC and to look ahead to what you will no doubt achieve in the years ahead. And of course, it's a day to celebrate. You've studied long and hard, and you should be very proud of all you've accomplished. We certainly are. You will have an impact in so many ways in your chosen fields. You will lead the way to building a healthier world in every respect. Speech-language pathologists, exercise physiologists, nutritionists, psychologists. You are committed to strengthening and making people more whole. You will bring your skills and compassion to increasingly pressing health issues like diabetes, childhood obesity, and asthma as health and nursing educators. You'll help heal minds and spirits as psychologists, counselors, and educators. And you'll try to make sense of the larger policy issues that require grounding in multiple disciplines by serving as an advocate, a policy analyst, or even a public office holder. Your TC experience has not only prepared you to adapt to fast-moving changes in your professions, your fields, and society, but it has also equipped you with the means to address even the most daunting problems intelligently and confidently. The paths you are following today were blazed by TC icons, early leaders like E.L. Thorndike, the father of psychological measurement, Mary Swartz Rose, who founded our nutrition department, the first nutrition education department in the world, Isabel Maitland-Stewart, who created the field of nursing education, and my own advisor and the advisor of our medalist this morning, Kent McGuire, Donna Shalala, who was the first policy professor at Teachers College in the 1970s. While we know the great work you did here will take you in your chosen direction, your most valuable ticket may be the college's philosophical framework, which underlies everything we do at TC. Early in the life of the college, TC's first dean, James Russell, set out the principles that future leaders like Lawrence Kremen carried on. The principle that's so instructive for us today was the establishment of, quote, training which would enable the student to see the relationships existing everywhere in the various fields of knowledge, even the unity of all knowledge. This opened the door from the very early years at TC to offer courses in nutrition, psychology, nursing, and other fields not traditionally connected with education. And this appreciation of the relationship between all knowledge, among all knowledge, is what attracts the most interesting and gifted students and world-class faculty to TC. But knowledge advances society only through meaningful application. As you well know, there are no simple answers at the root of most problems, certainly not those that challenge us generation after generation. The long, hard work is in building and rebuilding a more just and humane world. Teachers College helps build a foundation for you, but ultimately you must continually sharpen your thinking and understanding and apply your knowledge to fight ignorance, injustice, and inequities. You have shown us you can do just that, and we're more hopeful knowing the world is in your hands. Every era has its defining struggle. Your time at TC may well be defined by the persistent racism, growing inequities, and community conflicts that have been confronting our country. This year has made us reflect more than ever on the role of a school of education in advancing social justice. It has never been clearer that whatever goes on at TC, whether it's research, clinical investigations, papers, studies, all invariably are in the service of achieving a greater good. You've been challenged by all that's going around about you, but you've risen to the challenge. We're proud of your commitment to bringing all that you've learned and all that you understand to bear on these problems. You did not run from them, and you weren't just part of the conversation, you led it. The Civic Participation Project stands as testament to your commitment to action. You worked side by side with faculty to build a safe space to look at what was happening around the country and give voice to the outrage and frustration. This work that many of you helped begin will remain very valuable to the TC community. Graduates, you are part of a great history, following in the footsteps of the TC founders and leaders who nurtured this institution as a world-renowned center of new ideas, practices, and fields of inquiry. Each of you has set your own unique path within whatever program of study you choose. Like Daniel Harris, who is graduating today with a master's in Sociology and Education, with a specialization in policy studies from TC's Education Policy and Social Analysis Department. After graduating Georgetown, Daniel stayed in DC, taught at the Seed School, where he became concerned about the dearth of black male teachers. An internship with the White House Initiative on Educational Excellence for African Americans introduced Daniel to David Johns, director of that initiative and a TC alumnus, who inspired him to go to TC. Daniel's research focused on the practices and motivation of black male teachers who are members of African American fraternities. He is heading to Los Angeles to get a Ph.D. at UCLA and wants to move into higher education administration as well as research. A former Division I All-American track and field athlete, his long-term goal, as he told me as soon as he arrived at TC, is to be a university president. Sounds like a good job. We know Daniel will continue to accomplish great things. Ranjana Srinivasan was encouraged to come to Teachers College by her mentor, who received a doctoral degree here at TC. Graduating from the EDM MA program in counseling psychology, Ranjana is working on a qualitative research study looking at how socioeconomic status affects body image development among Indian American women. Ranjana appreciates TC's emphasis on social justice and advocacy that gives community members a voice. She says that TC has given her the platform to believe that her dreams matter. These 2 years have transformed her life in many ways. She says she has learned the art of TC, that if you ask for something and you work hard to get it, people will notice and believe in your mission. What she describes as the open-mindedness and fluidity of the institution has allowed her to learn and experiment while at the same time helping her understand her own culture and the experience of living as a South Asian American woman in this country. Throughout her life, she was the only minority. She credits TC with enabling her to describe the inner turmoil she had faced and give her the understanding, awareness, and peace of mind she had been searching for many years. Ranjana will begin work in the fall towards a doctorate in counseling psychology here at Teachers College, and we're very pleased about that. Shamika Simonis is a Haitian American, and grew up in Queens, attending New York City schools. Through a college prep program, she made her way to Cornell University. Always interested in global health, she became more interested in the field when she learned the history of HIV and the stigmatization of the Haitian community in the early days of the epidemic. She'll be getting her master's degree today in community health. Motivated to continue to follow an interest started in college, Shamika did an internship in a rural medical center in Tanzania. After college, she spent a year in post-earthquake Haiti, working in a community health center in the town that was at the epicenter. It was her first visit to Haiti, and it was a powerful one. The experience was followed by a Fulbright scholarship to teach English in Indonesia, which heightened her interest in teaching and its role in health outcomes. At TC, she had a fascinating internship with the New York City Health Department, working with schools to establish wellness programs. Her next step is a one-year health fellowship, and then she'll be applying to medical school. Shamika, you are already making a great difference in people's lives. A registered nurse by training, Chris Anderson became a full-time homemaker to raise her children. After her last child left for college and she returned to work as an RN at a medical service organization in her hometown of Montgomery, Alabama, she came to see the tremendous need for diabetes management education for an uninsured and underserved community. Chris will be receiving her Master's of Science in Diabetes Education and Management, and has learned so much about the importance of the patient taking charge to manage the disease, to avoid complications and other diseases. She chose TC because it is one of the few programs in the country for diabetes management education, and the only one of this caliber offered online. These are just a few of the amazing stories I could share. Today, graduates, you become TC alumni. There is really nothing more important to the success of TC than its graduates. You now belong to a group of 90,000 strong, representing an incredible cross-section of geography and accomplishment. Our alumni are doing exciting work across diverse fields, directing policy initiatives at the White House, producing Emmy Award-winning children's television programs, launching childhood obesity initiatives in poor communities, to name a few. They share a passion for shaping new paths, creating a healthier and more just and prosperous world for all. You're in good company. As our students show us, and as this spectacular space allows us to appreciate, there are no limits to what's possible in the hands of creative minds. Dr. Maxine Green, the eminent TC educational philosopher we lost last year, reminded us that it is through imagination that we become wide awake to possibilities. Here's my message for today, building on Maxine's words and our shared pride in all that you've learned here. As a graduate of Teachers College, you have the foundation to become whatever you choose to, limited only by how far you let your imagination take you. Within every one of you lies the capability, a capability sharpened through your experience of bridging theory and practice at this great institution, to solve the difficult problems facing society today. Graduates, you are the agents of change. The world needs you more than ever. This is your call to action. We wish you the best in the next chapter of your lives, and today we salute you. We have now reached the moment in this ceremony when we honor an extraordinary individual whose life's work has advanced the cause of education while upholding TC's core mission to foster excellence and equity across all the fields we serve. Among those honored at past ceremonies were Archbishop Desmond Tutu, Coretta Scott King, Senator George Mitchell, Pete Seeger, Thomas Friedman, Gail Collins, Spike Lee, Linda Darling-Hammond, Temple Grandin, and the Reverend Dr. Calvin O. Butts. This year, we honor 4 preeminent scholars and practitioners, Doctors Deborah Lowenberg-Ball, Kent McGuire, Luis Moll, and John Ioannidis. I am pleased to welcome TC Professor of Economics and Education, Judith Scott Clayton, to introduce our medalist, Dr. Kent McGuire. I ask Provost Tom James to join Dr. Scott Clayton at the podium. Thank you.
Kent McGuire, in the often contentious world of education, you are universally esteemed for your unsurpassed grasp of the interplay among schools, communities, and policy implementation, and for your unshakable optimism in advancing educational equity and diversity by modeling evidence-based approaches to bring about genuine change. The breadth and impact of your scholarship are inspiring. After receiving your Teachers College master's degree in Education, Administration, and Policy, and subsequent doctoral study, you served in key education program officer posts for the Eli Lilly Endowment and the Pew Charitable Trusts. As Assistant Secretary of Education under President Bill Clinton, you led the development of strategic 10-year research plans to improve reading and mathematics education. And as Senior Vice President of the nonpartisan research organization MDRC, you commissioned major studies to engage the long-standing challenge of how best to prepare underserved young people to compete in the labor market. Your work as a scholar and academic leader has also made a major impact on society. At Temple University, you published a landmark volume on the 2007 Supreme Court decision to end the use of racial balance as a factor in assigning children to public schools. This volume assembled the most comprehensive documentation to date of how attendance at segregated schools was affecting the nation's achievement gap. And as Dean of Temple's College of Education, you played a leading role in launching a successful program that creates a direct pathway to Temple for students from Philadelphia's poorest neighborhoods. Dr. McGuire, where others see challenges, you see and create opportunities to improve educational equity and outcomes for all. As the current president of the Southern Education Foundation, you have brought a new vision for improving education nationwide by focusing on strengthening early childhood education, advancing public education, and improving college access and completion in the American South, which, as you have observed, is the most dynamic and diverse region with a growing majority of low-income students and students of color. And now Teachers College is especially fortunate to have the benefit of your expertise and wisdom as you join our Board of Trustees.
Kent, please join us at the podium. Kent McGuire, for both your insistence and your persistence in forging clear-eyed, evidence-based solutions to the nation's most pressing education problems, and for standing as a calm, reasoned voice in an often turbulent arena, we are proud to present you with the Teachers College Medal for Distinguished Service.
President Fuhrman, Provost James, trustees, faculty, and staff, and especially to you, the graduates, thank you so very, very much. I am really very honored, and honored especially to be with you today. I want to immediately extend my congratulations to the families, spouses, partners, friends, loved ones of all the graduates. I know absolutely how much they have sacrificed in ways you know and in ways you don't know, contributing to all your success. And I think the graduates ought to give those people to whom I've just referred a round of applause. In recent years, TC students and TC alum are everywhere. I know I have seen a few of you during your studies apply for one of my foundation's fellowship programs, and I know that in a few instances you have been selected. Turns out to be a pretty tough deal. We look at 200 applications and we pick 10 every year. I'm also happy to be back here at Teachers College. Yes, an institution of which I'm proud and from which I took, like you, a master's degree. It was 250 years ago, but I took it nonetheless. I could not have predicted how my professional life would evolve, but I've been blessed with many wonderful opportunities over the years, and I attribute so much of my success to the networks and relationships first acquired here. I need to pause. My mother's here, who I don't think has ever missed a convocation of which she was aware. And she is the archivist in our family, tries to keep track of things we've done, any accomplishments we have had. My wife is here too. I actually don't think she believed that an honor would be bestowed upon me, and so she had to come and witness it for herself. She's been engaged, I think it'd be fair to say, in a long-term longitudinal study, trying to figure out at what point in my career I've actually accomplished something. So I'm really happy that both of them are here. There is just a lot happening right now in this country and in this world that should be of particular interest for those of you taking degrees today. I know many of you are in counseling and clinical psychology. Yeah, my students in counseling were just like that. Until recently, I don't think there's always been knowledge of it in the field. There's not been so much appreciation among policymakers to the psychological well-being of children and families, and the implications of that for their health and wellness and their academic success in schools and in the workplace. We're now at a moment where that understanding is coming to be more visible. In the context of schools, for instance, there is more publicly available data now on children who face trauma and safety issues, triggering a much needed debate about climate and the array of wraparound services that we need to make available for kids. A few months ago, I had the great opportunity to speak to the Population Roundtable at the Institute on Medicine. I shared a bunch of data on the correlates between education and health. The health educators think about population studies where they know that healthier people are people who are educated. I was there to flip that conversation on its ear, arguing that if we could help kids lead healthier lives, their academic success would sprout up. So for those of you in health and behavior studies, I'm not going to mention all of the programs, There's a new national steering committee you should be aware of, trying right now to help schools leverage the resources in the Affordable Care Act to address a wide range of health determinants of academic success. As heartened as we should all be about the provision of school nurses or school-based health clinics, what we really need are systems that share data and hold each other accountable for better outcomes for children and youth. Along these same lines, I am chairing a work group right now focused on education and poverty. It is a follow-up to the Secretary of Education's Equity Commission, whose report was released about 1.5 years ago. And we're poised to make a series of recommendations on community schools and the various wraparound services that kids from low-income families need and deserve. The point I am making is that you're advancing in the field right at a moment when your interests and your voice are growing in demand. Seize that moment. Yes, there is wonderful specialization in the research community today. I used to tell my faculty colleagues at Temple that we were very, very good at taking the world apart. But we need to get better and better at putting the world back together again. In fact, I would say that we're in something of a watershed moment in American education, a moment in which we need all these special communities to come increasingly together in one voice, a moment in which things could go really very well or possibly not so well at all, depending on the flow of ideas, the transfer of knowledge, and the nature of leadership in the field. As was alluded to, I spent quite a bit of time this year and have enjoyed a fair bit of press coverage, making the point that our public schools are enrolled today largely with students of color and students who are economically disadvantaged. In our urban centers especially, and in nearly 20 of our states, this describes more than half of our students. We call it the new diverse majority. These are the very students we have yet to figure out how to educate well. Nor, in my opinion, does it appear that the most popular ideas for bringing about better learning outcomes, granting greater autonomy to schools, and holding educators more accountable, has to date had the demonstrable effect we've been looking for, at least not if you look at our national assessment of educational progress, which shows very little change in achievement levels over time and no progress over this time period in reducing the gaps between the advantaged and the disadvantaged. So if there was ever a time, ever a moment when we need seriously to think about a new design for learning, a new set of guiding ideas for what constitutes high quality public education in this country, I think we've arrived at such a moment. Right now, I would argue the debate orbits around more money versus more choice and accountability. I'm asking you not to succumb to so simplistic a view of education, but to take the knowledge and tools you've acquired here to advance a more complete narrative. This is where your work is especially relevant as we figure out how to focus on the whole child, the child's family, and his or her care givers. Now, this moment is deeply shaped by the things we could barely do much more than a decade ago. Big data and cheap cloud-based storage have in many ways advanced the narrative and in some ways privileged technical solutions over political ones. Now, you've been trained as technical folk. Metrics, data dashboards, and scorecards, all the rage. When I moved my family to Philadelphia 15 years ago, just to make this point, I called on the University of Pennsylvania, where your president was then dean, to get a spreadsheet with information about the districts in the region. We were trying to pick where we would live, and we do that like everybody else by trying to pick where our kids would go to school. I wanted to know about the superintendents, the level of teacher training and experience, and the makeup of the communities in which these schools were nested. Seemed like the right thing to do. I actually got to talk to humans, walked into school buildings. Today, one would just likely go to greatschools.com, give the search engine your specifications, your zip code, and the grade level you're interested in, and you'd get a list of schools that have been rated 4 to 5 stars, just like you see on your Open Table app on your phone. Now, this might be a good thing, but from what I can tell, the rating is almost entirely driven by a standardized test score. And while we should want to know about learning outcomes, I should think we'd want to care about a whole lot more than that. Who's teaching? Who's enrolled? Who stays? Who goes? And in this moment, with our newfound capacity to link student-level data to teacher-level data, our public discourse has shifted too, from things like effective teaching to effective teachers, from schools that need extra support to something called a low-performing school, to systems, to school systems, to communities with portfolios of schools that cater to the wide-ranging tastes and preferences of consumers. All of this might be good too, though I am personally skeptical. Whether it's a good thing or not, my real point, depends on how all of you engage it. I'm betting that you engage, that you will embrace the idea that technical knowledge matters to improving our education system. I do. But I'm asking you to think of this as necessary, but not sufficient to the outcomes that we should value most, giving students the power to learn and the resources to shape their own futures through leadership experiences, participation in formal and informal networks, access to opinion leaders. I just wish that educational equity was simply a technical matter, but I'm fairly certain it isn't. There are cultural and political dynamics that extend beyond the school. Just look at how politically and ideologically charged are the education debates right here in New York City. What troubles me most is that these debates and the popular narrative I tried to characterize just now has been advanced to a considerable degree by people outside the communities our education system needs to serve well. Outside the profession, and even outside to some degree, the education research community. If you pay attention to the theme of this year's American Education Research Association, my good friend Jeannie Oakes as the president-elect, you'll know that the theme is all about lifting up the voice, the education research community on behalf of social justice and opportunity in this country. TC's founders certainly acknowledged the role of technical knowledge in improving the educational enterprise, but they also understood that success depends on the conditions under which children learn. And that's why this place does so much more than develop teachers. In fact, it does a whole lot more than that. You come from health and behavior, counseling, urban education, and so many other programs. The founders understood that good education is all wrapped up in a conception of good society. So let me close. My wife was over there saying this should have happened 10 minutes ago. Let me close just by saying that innovation and change will be key if our education system is to serve all kids well. The system we have today, created in the industrial age, is designed to deliver a common experience. But we are at a moment in which we need an uncommon experience in which we vary how the system offers opportunity so we can get less variation in learning outcomes for kids. I want again to thank all of you for your accomplishment as graduates at TC. Again, TC alum are everywhere. I can't wait to initiate my service as a new trustee at this college, and in so doing, get to meet and see more of you, as well as to thank you. Thank you so very much. I'm really deeply honored.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome student speaker Nadia Iftikhar, candidate, Department of Health and Behavior Studies.
Dear professors, administrators, families, friends, and my fellow graduates, I'm honored to have the chance to address you today. First and foremost, I'd like to congratulate all of you on your wondrous achievement. In Urdu and Pakistani Sign Language, Bahut Bahut Mubarak ho. In Arabic, an Arabic sign, Alf Mabruk, and in American Sign Language, congratulations. When we think of virtues, we commonly think of patience, forgiveness, honesty, and generosity. Today, I'd like to remind you of an oft-forgotten virtue, the virtue of discomfort. As a community of educators, scientists, and philosophers, we know all too well that learning is a largely uncomfortable process. It is during our moments of struggle and discomfort that we can achieve the greatest personal, professional, and social growth. For this reason, I'd like to urge you to continue to venture outside of your comfort zones in all that you do. It is in this way that you will sustain continued growth and learning. In respect to our personal lives, it is only natural to desire a degree of comfort. That's the reason that we often crave home-cooked meals and the company of our loved ones and old friends. However, I think I can say that during our time here at Teachers College, most of us experienced some discomfort. Whether it was by moving to New York City for the first time, leaving behind your friends and family, taking a course about something you knew almost nothing about, or the moment that you recognized that your beliefs or views were being challenged in the classroom, you likely learned a great deal from these experiences. After I graduated from college, I traveled alone to Saudi Arabia to take a job as an English teacher at a women's university. Though I thought I would be teaching English to typically hearing students, I was asked to teach a classroom of deaf women who used Arabic Sign Language as their main mode of communication. This was simultaneously the most uncomfortable and wonderful experience of my life. It was during that year that I found my passion for my field of deaf education, and it was by stepping far outside of my comfort zone that I found my way to Teachers College. While many of us will not face the challenges of leaving behind the lives we know to move to a faraway land, you will likely face life challenges that will be important opportunities for growth. I urge you to question and challenge your beliefs in every facet of your lives so that they do not become stagnant. Examine multiple perspectives and the reasoning of those who may disagree with you. Also, continue to stand up for who you are and be true to yourself, even when you stand alone. In respect to our careers and further education, it is vital that we carry on the legacy of Teachers College and become the next generation of leaders and innovators. While it is necessary to refer to the wisdom of our predecessors, we must strive to pave new roads in our respective fields and look for new answers to age-old questions. We must seek out and create opportunities wherever we can and take on challenges even if they're different than what we had planned. And as we learned here at TC, it is our duty to give back to the society in which we live and our larger global community. While we may desire the company of those that are similar to us, it is critical that we also build relationships with people who are different from us. Remember that the human condition, regardless of ability, race, religion, culture, or class, is a universal one. For this reason, we should strive to find the commonalities in our identities and experiences so that our differences unite us rather than divide us. We must speak up in the face of injustice wherever it is seen, however unpopular our opinions may be. Remember that by saying nothing, you are still saying something. While it is more comfortable to envision the people of the world as easily categorized, know that the world we live in is not black and white. The people of the world exist on multiple continua and cannot be neatly grouped into categories. No human can be defined by a single characteristic, nor are any two people the same. Additionally, there is seldom only one correct answer to many of life's questions. Sometimes there's actually no correct answer, but this should never prevent us from asking and searching. My fellow graduates, I'd like to request that you carry our university's culture of inquiry, innovation, and social justice into the next chapter of your lives. Remember that discomfort, however unpleasant it may feel, is a clear indication that you are learning something. You may be surprised at how soon the uncomfortable will become comfortable and how limitless your learning can be. Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings upon you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Ria Francani, Master's Candidate, Department of Arts and Humanities.
Congratulations, class of 2015. I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside of my head saying, you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaken.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now recognize each of the master's degree candidates.
Good morning. For many of you, I had the pleasure of welcoming you to Teachers College when we first admitted you. For some, that was this past year. For others, the year before. And for some of you, let's just say it was a really, really long time ago. But congratulations to all of you on your amazing achievements. At this time, it gives us great pleasure to read the names of those candidates for the Master of Arts, Master of Education, Master of Philosophy, and Master of Science degrees at Teachers College, Columbia University. All degrees will be officially conferred at the Columbia University ceremony tomorrow. Thank you very much. And now, the candidates for the Master of Arts, Master of Education, Master of Philosophy, and Master of Science degrees.
First of all, congratulations to each and every one of you. I know you're listening for that one special name, and we'll be calling up the candidates by department, but they're not in alphabetical order. They're just in order as they line up. Please listen carefully. We're going to begin by inviting the candidates from the Department of Biobehavioral Studies. Kanae Sudler.
Lori Patsy.
Melissa Garasi Adodo.
Sarah Trignano.
Vidya Parashar.
Krista Lovelace.
Janine Martiri.
Alyssa Exposito.
Andy Toledo.
Stephen Keem.
Paul Youssef.
Shalise Simmons.
Andrew Angelis.
Kathleen Yip.
Mickey Shibata.
Jennifer Guan.
Josh Y.
Laurel Belton.
Catherine Roche.
Oksana Kostinya Klempeskaya.
Rebecca Markowitz.
Sarah Lehman.
Daniel Renzoni.
Costanza Capuano.
Munib Hussein.
Federica Bura.
Michelle Kuchuk.
Chiwan Zhuang.
Lee Cooper.
Caitlin Riley.
James Gibaldi.
Billy Janssen.
Jacqueline Chenal.
Nancy Kwan.
Marvelyn Brentham.
Exana Morina.
Esther Aburi.
Sarah Teed.
Shafe Akhtar.
Alexandra Marani.
Summer Hassan.
Samin Mian.
Jennifer Eckstein.
Sadeh Alihan.
Sarah Kadosh.
Tara Lai.
Soliana Paradise.
Lauren Perrier.
Talia Lesh.
Leah Bianco.
Amanda Coe.
Stephanie Sala.
Bracha Waldman.
Camila Calden.
Natalie Motamede Rad.
Stephanie Glow.
Jenna Schaefer.
Samantha Paragini.
Kyla Chapman.
Karina Rodriguez.
Lauren Alpert.
Michelle Levine.
Marissa Fruoff.
Griselle Philpo.
Nicole Klein.
Megan Murphy.
Blair Markowitz.
Alina Samyusevich.
Lakshmi Ramachandran.
Gabriella Caruso.
Catherine Fueling. Priscilla Ring.
Angela Gopian Cervantes.
Kamal Haruna.
Amika Aoki.
Devin Hale.
Julia Wadalaska.
Daniel Deal.
Shafika Farsak.
Katerina Carrasco.
Ayla Hassan.
Aransasu Arahu.
Amani Marie.
Maria Eugenia Lopez.
Tara Grunfeld.
Deborah Mizrahi.
Chantel Carnegie.
Kate Duffy.
Chanel White.
Angela Giraldo.
Claire Lambsback.
Hillary Levinson.
Catherine Tierney.
Andrea Cedillo.
Sasha Kleins.
Laura Carrillo Duran.
Melissa Erazo. Otis Collier. Will the students and the faculty from the Department of Biobehavioral Sciences please stand and recognize our graduates?
Congratulations. I'd now like to welcome the candidates in the Department of Counseling and Clinical Psychology. Caitlin Simgrodsky.
Michelle McDonald.
Grace Cho.
Marcella Desimone.
Megan Summer.
Anwar Sharif.
Josefina Toso Salmon.
Johanna Cunningham.
Venushini Arunagiri.
David Ahn.
Dala Badruddin.
Rodrigo Sandoval Perez.
Alexandra McCluskey.
Christine Ye.
Rabea Kamal.
Ranjana Srinivasan.
Katie Dorsey.
Ginger Shia.
Henriette Gonzalez Mastrapa.
Tania Hawkins.
Ashley Jensen. Rachel Middleton.
Mashiko Matsuba.
Twanisha Wilcox.
Raman Kaur.
Denisha Johnson.
Gabriela Flores.
Patricia Sylvester.
Amna Faki.
Alisa Heavens.
Nora Alduwehe.
Mariti Lavelle.
Lila Parvez.
Emily Kaiser.
Catherine Tishy.
Courtney Sarah.
Ariana DiChiara.
Anna Ya.
Anthony Nettleman.
Yuzong Song.
Cassidy Tishner.
Hyusun Sa.
Jenna Winerick.
Taimi Kassow.
Melissa Rothstein.
Bu Sabasi.
Kareen Matuk.
Ariel Ziegler.
Christina Bricka.
Lindsay Mayott.
Kelly Carrollton.
Elizabeth Foscolos.
Nagar Morshadian.
Ryan Salim.
Christy Tadrose.
Emily He.
Mervet Jabara.
Donna Al Shakarchi.
Landis Block.
Angela Ibrahimi.
Lindsay Simon.
Vielka Geno.
Charles Cordova.
Karma Graham.
Rebecca Cerezo.
Alexandra Newland.
Grace Han.
Amy Searam.
Michelle Kennel Shank.
Shelley O.
Orlana Del Fioro.
Sophia Pak.
Lawrence Chan.
Lynn Anderson.
Junko Morita.
Sahar Hussein.
Julia Belfer.
Brooke Parham.
Karen Chin.
Chandani Kapadia.
Nanu Amo.
Michelle Wong.
John Trujillo.
Catherine DiMaggio.
Brian Peel.
Alicia Liscalzo.
Sunmi Lee.
Mayu Takuzawa.
Minji Park.
Sean Sorgi.
Sojang Nam.
Courtney Walsh.
Jennifer Joseph.
Jaron Ju.
Andrea Baja.
Shaw Liu.
Mary Somich.
Xiao Young.
Catherine Pika.
Daniel Flack.
Sheridan Sarnell.
Rebecca Rothberg.
Chelsea Hutner.
Alyssa Foreman.
Betsy Peterson.
Senchi Fong.
Eleonora Lupyan.
Felicia Citron.
Christian Papas.
Javad Amadi.
Alexis Cabrera.
Devlin Hughes.
Gara Steinfeld.
Karen Wang.
Sibel Ozjan.
Emily Parker.
Alessandra McKinnon.
Majeda Sultana.
Yuki Yamazaki.
Emily Robbins.
Jessica Lenz.
Lindsay Altamare.
Elizabeth Russo.
Claire Nakajima.
Frederique Green.
Laura Hallahan.
Drew Lomax.
Florence Lau.
Cassie Tolliver.
Pooja Harlarka.
Ray Nathan.
Jeremy Cooper.
Ashley Maxie Mormon.
Nicole Blanchett.
Keisha Webb.
Tony Phillips.
Henry Willis.
Sydney Cantor.
Catherine Roberson.
Jax Cheng.
Na Ajale Kuma.
Sarah Arango.
Emily Bales.
Charles Polyronicus.
Tanya Singh.
Spencer Bourne.
Amber Graham.
William Anderson.
Alessia DeGenova.
Rohan Mehta.
Gina Strumolo.
Roland Hart.
Lorraine Breen.
Rohini Bagrodia.
Alexandra McLean.
Khan Long.
Marav Shamish.
Theodore Stefano.
Annette Cantarella.
Edwin Sanford.
Jorav Jasnani.
Jin Hashimoto.
Summer Shia.
Ellie Emahodi.
Yafei Wang.
Nor Baker.
Sichin Sheng.
Mary Ayanuzi.
Rong Han.
Juliana Buetti.
Janie Gu.
Gabriella Eisendorf.
Anna Halliday.
Shira Borkan.
Holly McMahon.
Ruby Ching.
Maria Martinez Calderon.
Minush Pardatki.
Blake Soderstrom.
Emily Beerworth.
Ella Alomezi.
Kayla Lorenzella.
Dalal Alomezi.
Ashley Mitchell. Sanaz Kehani.
Alicia Sexina. Rianne Rahim. Will the students and the faculty from the Department of Counseling and Clinical Psychology please stand and recognize our graduates?
right, congratulations. We'd now like to invite the candidates from the Department of Education Policy and Social Analysis. Atsku Moroga.
Cassie Gare.
Asia Norton.
Juliana Brown.
Awa Joe.
Riley McIntyre.
Amanda Washington.
Amy Winchester.
Aaliyah Sabs.
June Ian.
Rebecca Jones.
Kathleen Erica Halstead.
Shari Long.
Natalie Kolodinsky.
Daniel Harris.
Amber Briggs.
Jamie Eckstein.
Sarah Whittemore.
William Cullen.
Ya Chu.
Dane Holden.
Chuang Dorji.
James Solomon.
Jiangsao Li.
Zheng Za Hua.
Fahad Al-Shamsan.
Isaac Solano.
Sarah Alwazi.
Maria Menglin Guo.
Felicia Goodman.
Mark Pelham.
Morgan Quinn.
Juan Carlos Reyes Ortiz.
Junsu Bai.
Jacqueline Appel.
Christopher Urel.
Xiaoheng Li.
Kino Ahmed Jones.
Chunyoung Her.
Dominic Walker.
Waitong Shi.
Julia Lunen.
Jingjing Qian.
Cynthia Carvajal.
Silu Hu.
Shahida Arabi.
Wenin Jiang.
Selena Diaz.
Yi Gao.
Amber Peterson.
Linshi Li.
Victoria Grevenberg.
Yining Chen.
Jessica Norwood.
Moody Leung.
Kyrie Shaw.
Moonyi Zhou.
Henry Love.
Xiaoman Ku.
Ayana Moody.
Andrea Wei.
Ajua Quajo.
Yao Tang.
Terry Allen.
Yinghao Zhan.
Jasmine Highsmith.
Dong Dong.
Megan Maines.
Chaoyan Zhu.
Melissa Figuera.
Huan Wang.
Caitlin Schock.
Huang Chen.
Bethany Bradley.
Yichin Wan.
Megan Duff.
Ming Li.
Kristen Damo.
Jing Zhou.
Brian Tan. Amina Karam. Will the students and the faculty from the Department of Education Policy and Social Analysis please stand and recognize our graduates?
Congratulations. We'd now like to invite the candidates from the Department of Health and Behavior Studies. Alex Kelly.
Heya Abdelkader.
Daniel Lee.
Ellen Matos.
Jonathan Stockford.
Melanie Golino.
Caitlin Among.
Aaron Leonsky.
Catherine Nash.
Nadia Iftikhar.
Allison McLaren.
Ashley Phillips.
Michelle Levine.
Julie Salant.
Marissa Diambra.
Aisha Bashir.
Monica Ritchie.
Roseanne Tibet.
Lauren Thomas.
Mary Andre Ardui Guerre.
Maritza Borsuk.
Shomika Simones.
Cara Mancuso.
Maria Alvarez.
Colleen Fitzpatrick.
Patricia Mays.
Monica Valacha.
Lorna Obia.
Sarah Wallman.
Juvisa Rodriguez.
Caitlin Coughlin.
Juliet Jordan.
Elizabeth Payette.
Kristen Barry Anderson.
Kelly Shea.
Lorraine Porcaro.
Alexandra Wolfund.
Rena Goldhan.
Amy Zornberg.
Christy McCarthy.
Okay, sorry. Brooke Baldinger.
Bibo Liu.
Amanda Papagallo.
Alexa Burke.
Niarika Goenka.
Hongsu Shen.
Meredith Vasta.
Lydia Garcia.
Vanessa Melly.
Jihei Yoon.
Renee Jordan.
Georgette Morgan.
Aaron Wolf.
Brenda Skirka.
Alexandra Sherman.
Catherine Cameron.
Alexandra Thier.
Ashley Greer.
Devin Williamson.
Madeline Fornash.
Leah Kepping.
Leanna Mellon.
Ryan Zaccaro.
Kelly Kleinert.
Emily Smith.
Georgina Kemp.
Suzanne Wallace.
Maria Fernanda Garcia Lozano.
Emmy Bouvier.
Gabrielle Sweeney.
Sue Ponda.
Alyssa Melman.
Minhei Moon.
Caroline Crosby.
Nicolette Gelfand.
Angela Moran.
Nicole Kronfeld.
Emmy Nerlandi Morales.
Stephanie Mendelson.
Kathleen Welsh.
Alexandria Chowdhury.
Alex Ferguson.
Jennifer Brandis.
Colleen O'Brien.
Catherine Aguero.
Sandy Narayanan.
Trina Rauner.
Oh Shi.
Molly Thompson.
Zena Shu.
Kristen Curry.
Kathleen Mathis.
Madeline Feldman.
Stephanie Casper.
Jean Comline.
Jeannie Petrucci.
Panina Stiefel.
Laura Ann Guerra.
Aaron McNiven.
Diane Lindsay Adler.
Claudia Constantiner.
Ruth Greenfield.
Margaret Anderson.
Casey Siegel.
Jennifer O'Keen.
Abby Robinson.
Rachel Caston.
Alyssa Cohen.
Emily Lohman.
Ashley Wilson.
Elisa Chang.
Anthony Wind.
Liza Greenspan.
Giacomo Talarico.
Lauren K. Forst.
Bonnie Averbuck.
Kayla Jekyll.
Natalie Rizzo.
Lindsay Smith.
Jessica Abrams.
Michael Stewart.
Stephanie Lang.
Lisa Hayam.
Kimberly Visioni.
Katie Logie.
Leave Scheinbaum.
Ilana Zaranchansky.
Christine Cruz Miller.
Brianna Farrand. Genevieve Cody.
Austin Light. Will the students and the faculty from the Department of Health and Behavior Studies please stand and recognize our graduates? And will all of our faculty, our President's Party, and our students please stand and be recognized?
And now for the presentation of the candidates, please welcome Provost Thomas James.
Please be seated. President Fuhrman, Mr. Highland, trustees, faculty, staff, and guests, it is my pleasure as Provost of the College to present to you the master's candidates from Teachers College. Please hold your applause until all the candidates have been recognized. Would Master of Arts candidates please stand, be recognized, and remain standing? Would Masters of Science candidates please stand, be recognized, and remain standing? Would Masters of Philosophy candidates please stand, be recognized, and remain standing? Would Master of Education candidates please stand, be recognized, and remain standing. President Fuhrman, I ask you to recommend these students for the granting of their master's degrees tomorrow morning at Columbia University's commencement.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Patrick McGuire, the president of the Teachers College Alumni Association.
Alumni. Let me say that again. Alumni. It is my distinct pleasure to formally welcome you into the Teachers College Alumni Association. As you stand here before this esteemed group of trustees, administrators, and your faculty, family, and friends alongside your peers, we look on with great pride. Today, at this moment, you join our Alumni Association, a network of over 90,000 professionals comprising alumni from all 10 academic departments and all walks of life and career stages, who have made a significant impact in the world. And we have no doubt that you will carry forward this legacy too. Your fellow Teachers College alumni have truly made a global mark, shaping many fields of inquiry and practice. They have done so because of their intelligence, sensitivity, drive, knowledge, experience, and wisdom. They have also done so because of the people, like the ones around you today, building solid support systems and a network of peer mentors. And many would argue that they have done so because of their Teachers College preparation. And we know that you too will follow in these footsteps and make your own mark in your respective fields. Just as you occasionally needed some support throughout your time at TC, we know that you will need similar resources as you embark on your careers. I'm here today to tell you how valuable your participation in the Alumni Association can be. We are colleagues and collaborators, supporters and challengers, mentors and mentees, and most importantly, we are your peers. What holds us all together is our alma mater, Teachers College. While everyone has had a slightly different journey, I am certain that no one's path leading to this time and place was free of challenges. I am also certain that along the way you found inspiration, insight, and joy. As many of you have developed what will be lifelong friendships, I encourage you to stay connected with your classmates and your fellow graduates as you move forward in your careers and tap into the deep pool of expertise and knowledge offered by the broader TC community. We hope not only to see you at future alumni events, but also featured in future newsletters. Please remember that you will always have a home and a rich community at TC, which you can access physically and virtually. So on behalf of your fellow alumni, we wish you all the best in your endeavors, and we hope that we have the opportunity to join you along the way. Congratulations, and welcome to the TC Alumni Association.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jack Hyland, co-chair of the Teachers College Board of Trustees.
On behalf of the trustees of Teachers College, I want to congratulate each of you on your own special achievements. We thank your family and friends for joining with the faculty and staff of Teachers College to recognize you, the master's candidates, of the class of 2015. Please join us for light refreshments in the TC Dining Room and Everett Lounge at Teachers College. And for everyone, please remain in your seats until all of our students have left the cathedral. Thank you.
Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can.